Alright, so I said in the last review if the actress from the first film, from the remake, would return. She does. She actually play. I think that. Because it doesn't look like her on the poster, then. Oh, that's her. So this one takes place like a few years after the first. Um, it was overall boring. I mean, the acting's not bad, really. It's on par as the first. The girl who plays Emma McKenna Grace does just as good as she did in the first film as the bad seed. I mean, it's her as a teenager this time around, and she's trying to adjust to teenage life in high school, but she still has irks of psychoism in her. Um, Surprisingly, this was also co-written by McKenna, so that's interesting. Um, the acting is not the problem really. This does try to set up, I guess, a third film because, of course, granted, it doesn't really rip off an ending like the first film did with the Airman, but at this point, who cares? Because, granted, like did you really need a sequel to like the remake, let alone like the? I don't think so. Like, I don't, I don't know. Like, and then she has like a love interest as well that comes to no avail. Doesn't really amount to anything. You have a character from the last film that re-enters the picture and tries to cause trouble for Emma, but then by the end, who cares? Because that character gets disposed of. Just as everybody in this movie gets disposed of, but the baby, which they sort of try to set up a whole. Oh, she doesn't want to be alone, but if she is, she's okay with that. But that was kind of odd. It's like they were trying to flesh out more of her character, but then not really, but not do much with it. Her motivations and all. I mean, again, like you have her with her aunt and her uncle and a baby. She tries to kill the uncle at one point. Well, crushes him. I was surprised he even survived like a car, suffocating his body because it comes down on his stomach. I would assume it. I guess you can survive that, even though he like for hours. Come on, but okay. Um, I know human beings can do that. Um, I would be nervous having this girl around a infant, let alone cautious, because like the guy, the uncle, like he sees there's something wrong with her, and then it's like too late because everybody is so he can't do anything because then. And it also gave me Orphan First Kill vibes at the end where it's the house burning. Spoilers. House burns down. Her and the baby are the only survivors. It's funny how nobody seems to, you know, there's a lot of death around this girl. We want to be friends with her. We sure we want to be friends with her. Like her dad tried to kill her. Her mom died. Her babysitter burned alive. Her her friend from years ago, the little Milo character, died, and she was around, but not really. But then, was she a lot? Was she around? Cause she was. Like, and we have like this again. This character, it was just a throwaway in the first film, where all she did was help this one girl up, like show her compassion or whatever. But But really, all she did was steal her watch. And this girl, that's the girl I called her the watch girl, her name's Kat. They had one encounter in the first film, and it was, I'm back to cause you trouble because you stole my watch from middle school or elementary or whatever. I'm like, come on, really? And then but then she tries to be like, oh, but I'm gonna expose you for what you are. But then she feels bad for her as well. So then I'm like, which is it? Or you hate this girl's guts, or are you okay with her but not really at times? I will say McKenna does have charisma on camera, playing Emma at times. Even, especially during the final act between her and Kat, when she drugs her and explains to her everything in little riddles. But overall, it's just a pointless film to the remake. Because at least it does. Sorry. At least it does, have continuity with the first film. At least they were able to show footage of the first film. So that was appreciated. So it shows you don't need to watch the first film if you're jumping into this, The Bad Seed Returns. Because they'll recap it for you throughout. Midway through. I really don't see how, what's the third film gonna be? I don't see really a point to doing that. Because then even at the end, like, her and the baby survive, but then she's like, well, can me and Cade still be together in the foster system or whatever? I'm like, does she care about the baby, or, because she's been trying to kill it, like, throughout this movie. Tried to drown at one point. She, I think that's the only, that's the only thing she tries to do to it. I think she does try to scare it, try to hit it, or pretend to hit it, but it just laughs at her. So then she's like, you're funny. Like, so I don't know. I guess if you liked the first remake, the remake of if you liked the first film, the 2018 film, I guess watch this. But then I would say, even so, like, just watch this. Skip the 2018 because they explain what happened. I mean, it's kind of pointless, if you ask me, because it's the same thing that happens. Everybody dies, except her. She gets away with it again. Even the people that figure out stuff, it's too late, because then the aunt is stupid because she goes in the house that's on fire to go help her husband, who can't do anything because he can't really move much. So then they both burn, and I'm like, why didn't you call the fire department? Why'd you run in there? You have a baby in the car, and you leave it with her and with people, of all people, and then you run in a fiery home. Come on, you know this girl's unstable, and then you. Also, the way she staged everything, I don't understand how. Well, I guess they're gonna think the cat chick is the culprit, but then it's like, what, they're gonna think she's crazy. She was crazy, but I guess because throughout the movie, she does try to make her look bad and harassing her. So I guess I guess that checks out. But then I was thinking, what about the fire? What about the handprints or fingerprints on the gas things that because she you know wants to burn a house down. I guess for instance, I guess police can't do any DNA stuff with that because it's burnt. Yeah, this was pointless. This was a pointless film. Granted, it does. I do again things I liked about it. The acting from McKenna Grace I thought was really good. Everybody else is fine. Uh, the look of it's fine. Um, the ending is whatever. Characters towards the end are stupid. Well, one character in particular is stupid. Um, but yeah, I don't know what else to say. So